Volleyball clinches a playoff spot.
And football loses a close one.
All this and more coming up on the Penguin Rundown.
Welcome into the Penguin Rundown. I'm Andrew Pearson alongside the great Caleb Ellison. And Caleb, it's been an exciting past week here at YSU for sports.
Absolutely. Talked about volleyball getting into the playoffs for the first time since 2014. Bowling had a strong showing in New York. And football, it was a really close game against Missouri State, but unfortunately was just a bit short.
Yeah, and talking about football, that's where you're going to get us started today.
Sure thing. So football needed a win to help their playoff push. YSU football went out to Springfield, Missouri to take on the Missouri State Bears. They would lose a heartbreaker in the final 2 minutes as they were defeated 25-22. The Penguins were able to take a 6-0 lead with a pair of Colt McFadden field goals, but Missouri State marched down the field as they took a 7-6 lead from a 5-yard quarterback run. Youngstown State started the second half strong with quarterback Mitch Davidson leading the offense on a 7-play, 75-yard scoring drive, which ended in his 2-yard touchdown run to make it 13-7 Gwins. With Missouri State on top 17-16 in the fourth, YSU got a big boost from senior running back Jaleel McLaughlin, who sprinted past the Bears defense for a 65-yard run and the go-ahead score. Missouri State's offense would respond right back as they regained the lead on a 9-yard touchdown pass. A successful 2-point conversion made it 25-22, where the score remained. YSU's 4-game winning streak was snapped as they dropped to 6-4 on the season and 4-3 in the MVFC. With 227 rushing yards from the game, McLaughlin became the all-time rushing leader in NCAA history, as he now stands at 8,082 yards in his collegiate career. The football team will play their final home game this Saturday as they take on Southern Illinois, with kickoff slated for noon. You can listen to the game on 570 WKBN or stream it on ESPN3.
The men's basketball team continues to impress in the beginning of their 2022 campaign. Last Wednesday, YSU hosted their season opener at the Bigley Center, welcoming UT Martin Skyhawks. YSU held a steady lead for the majority of the contest, thanks to 6 Penguins scoring in double figures. Senior Dwayne Cohill led the charge with 19 points and went 7 of 10 in field goals and made both his 3-point attempts. Senior Adrian Nelson contributed a double-double performance of 10 points and 12 rebounds, while graduate student Malik Green notched 10 points and 8 rebounds. Freshman John Lovelands Jr. posted 10 and 2 blocks. The offense came alive in the second half as the team hit over 50% from the field and from behind the arc, and also went 11 of 13 from the free throw line. An 8-point margin a couple minutes into the second half was the closest UT Martin came to competing with the YSU's strong offense. The Penguins defeated the Skyhawks comfortably 90-72. Here's what head coach Jared Calhoun and senior Brandon Rush had to say about the team's performance.
I'm really happy for the guys. I thought, to get 6 guys in double figures is great. We're still learning. We're still processing the information. We're all going through it together with a new group. So we're happy with the win, and just got to stay hungry and keep getting better.
Everyone's good on our team. We got 13 guys deep that can all play legitimate minutes. So, I've never been on a team like that, so that's the most impressive thing, is that everyone cares the most.
The team continued their high-scoring efforts as they traveled to South Bend, Indiana, competing against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish this past Sunday. Nelson had a career-high performance as he scored 27 points in his second straight double-double along with 10 boards. Cohill followed behind with 18 points and a team-high 6 assists. This time, YSU only had 2 players score in double digits as the Irish distributed the ball well and had 5 players list more than 13 points off the bench. YSU scored 20 points compared to Notre Dame's 9. With 1 minute and 10 seconds left, a dunk by senior Brandon Rush cut the lead to 5 points, but a jump shot fell and a few fouls left Notre Dame down the stretch. YSU suffered their first defeat of the season to the Irish 88-81. Yesterday morning, the men hosted Grace Christian University to complete their busy week. YSU went deep into their bench scoring 60 points came from non-starters compared to nearly all of Grace Christian's total points. 4 players scored in double figures, including Nelson, Rush, senior Bryce McBride, and junior Miles Hunter. The Penguins outran the Tigers in the fast break as YSU compiled 27 points off just 20 turnovers, 20 more than the Tigers. They also accumulated 25 of their points from the free throw line, shooting an impressive 80%. YSU earned their third 90-point game of the season, defeating Grace Christian 96-68. Up next, the men's basketball team will travel to Indianapolis, Maryland, taking on UC San Diego on Saturday and then Navy on Sunday. Both of these games can be listened to on 570 WKBN, and the matchup against Navy can be streamed on ESPN+. As for the women's team, they took on a Big Ten opponent in Penn State last night. For stats, highlights, and more, visit YSUsports.com. The women's basketball team will be back in action Friday as they travel to Akron to take on the Zips. This game can be listened to on 570 WKBN or watched on ESPN3.
The volleyball team was back in action this past weekend as they took on Northern Kentucky on Friday and Wright State on Saturday. Friday's match against the Norse did not go in favor of the Penguins as they would be defeated in 3 straight sets. However, sophomore outside hitter Paula Gershing became the fastest player to reach 1,000 career kills. She would lead all players with 14 kills on 38 attempts, and senior Josie Borum was a dig away from a triple-double with 10 kills, 15 assists, and 9 digs. On Saturday against the Raiders again fell in 3 straight sets on senior night. Seniors Ellie Cox and Amanda Labodia tied for the team-high 3 kills. Senior Amy Beaupre and Nadia Pace each had 2 kills in the match, and senior Lauren Lask registered 4 digs in the contest. Following the contest, sophomore setter Isabel Schaefbauer said the team performed much better in the second half of Horizon League play.
I think we did a really good job of kind of regrouping for the second half of conference play. We didn't have a great first go around, and I think we really showed who we are as a team and what we're capable of during the second half.
For head coach Alini Scott, this postseason berth becomes her first in her 5 years since coming to Youngstown State. She extends her excitement for her and the players reaching the tournament.
I'm just happy for our program that we've been able to take the step, and it's been a long 5 years, and this group deserves it.
Up next for the volleyball team, they will be in postseason play as the 6th seed as they will be taking on the 3rd seed Green Bay Phoenix this Friday at 3 p.m. This match will be streamed on ESPN+. Now for more on the volleyball team and a recap on the season, we're going to send it over to Katie Rogers-Vidala and John Ostapowicz at the roundtable.
Hello everyone, welcome into the roundtable. I'm Katie Rogers-Vidal alongside John Ostapowicz. John, this week we're going to be talking about the volleyball team. Volleyball just ended their season at 14-15, but they've also had a very historic season. What can you tell me about it?
Oh, there was a lot to talk about this historic season as well. And like you said, 14-15 overall to end the season. And you look at them, 8-10 in league play to really end strong. 8 wins sets the program record in conference play as well for them. And unfortunately, they had a shot at the 5th seed, losing 2 games back-to-back against opponents in the Horizon League that have really been making a claim for them as well, and they lost those back-to-back, falling to the 6th seed as well, and they played Wright State, who has been absolutely phenomenal, 8-0 in conference play, unblemished record, giving teams really a hard time as well. And, YSU, they have, like you said, an unbelievable record, and that goes with winning 5 straight as well, and that has been the most win streak in 8 years. And it's been the biggest win streak in program history as well, and that really goes with Paula Gershing, and she has really been commanding this team and leading this team as well, and it goes to show as she has 6 Horizon League Player of the Week awards.
That is
and
incredible.
You are right,
Absolutely
Katie.
incredible.
It is absolutely amazing. We're in 12 weeks, and there has only been 2 other players in the Horizon League that has gotten more than 2, and she has half of those really awards for her, and that goes as she leads the all Division I players in 2nd in total kills, 3rd and with 1,400 total assists and total points as well. So she's really been the dominant force, and She is the fastest player in NCAA history to record 1,000 kills in only her sophomore year.
Yeah, she's only a sophomore. That's insane. She has 1,400 attacks in 2 years. She is absolutely phenomenal. But I actually brought some clips of Paula that we're going to take a look at here, just showing how great of an athlete she is. She is just the #1 hitter that this team needs, and I really hope we have her on Friday. She may have suffered an injury on Saturday, but I hope she warmed up and got ready. But I did bring in some clips that we're going to take a look at of Paula, just to show how great of a player she is and how great of an athlete she is. We're going to see here in this first one, we're going to play it, go a little slow. There's Isabel Schaefbauer. She hits it up. Look at that vertical leap she has right at the 10-foot line. These sets are a little high for her on these ones, but it doesn't matter because she's still, like, look at her, I can't think of the word, her wingspan. That was the word I was thinking of. So here we go again. Here's another one from Isabel Schaefbauer. This is a 10-ball. This shows her versatility. She hits it in the backcourt. Doesn't matter where she's at. She knows she's going to get that ball on the ground. Here's another one that was a little lower. She really gets high up on that ball. She has to be jumping at least 2 feet off the ground. And she doesn't even need that long of an approach either. But when you're at these games, you can hear her going, shoot, shoot, shoot. That means she wants the ball closer to the net. We're going to see on these next set of clips that she just really wants that ball close to the net. Not as high up. You can see in this one, it goes under the monitor. She's just incredible, hitting it right down on the line. Here's another one from Josie Bourne. You can see she starts her approach back here. She gets her full range of motion, and she just hits it straight down, right in front. The one thing I love about her, she can hit on any point of the court. She hit in the middle, she hits in the back corner. Here's another one. Even when she's off just a little bit on her back shoulders, she still hits cross court. She's just so phenomenal. I love watching her play. Here's another one right here. Hits it off the player. She's just an incredible player overall, and I love watching her play.
Yeah, and when you really look at those clips again, there is just a lot to talk about. You look at 9 of these players on this volleyball team are over 6 foot. They have that size and versatility to really go toe-to-toe with all the really conference teams that they have really went against, and the games that they have lost is against smaller players as well, really just having a hard time really guarding against in those sets that really apply the pressure to those 9 players that really have that 6-foot frame. And it's such a blessing and a curse as well when you really look at that. And they heading into the quarterfinals against Green Bay in Dayton, Ohio, as Wright State is the #1 seed. They will play host that whole tournament. So it's really a neutral zone for Green Bay and Youngstown State. So anything is possible. You look at the Youngstown State, the women's soccer team, how they went in, took down that 3rd seed, 2nd seed as well. So maybe that the volleyball team could also go in on a run, as all the sports have really done so far. And we really look forward to that game and many others to come.
Yeah, and I talked to Isabel Schaefbauer, one of our setters, and Coach Scott, and they both just said this week they just really need to work on their ball control, both offensively and defensively. But Alini Scott, their head coach, said that they just need to execute their game plan. They need to keep the ball under control, and they need to give Paula the ball, which as we can tell, when she gets the ball, we get points. But that'll do it for us here at the Roundtable. Good luck to the volleyball team on Friday against Green Bay. I'm Katie Rogers-Videla.
And I'm John Ostapowitz.
And we're going to send it back to you guys.
The bowling team took a trip to North as they participated in the Motiv Lady Jack Classic in Kenosha, Wisconsin. The #9 ranked Penguins finished as runner-ups in their first 2 tournaments of the season and carried some of that success into the tournament hosted by Stephen F. Austin. Day 1 opened up with a loss to #2 ranked Vanderbilt, then proceeded with 4 straight wins in Baker matches, including 2 wins against #20 ranked Lewis University and #18 ranked University of Wisconsin Whitewater. Day 2 saw further improvement as the Penguins averaged a 210.8 score per game, going 3-2 on the day, with their 2 losses coming by 4 and 5 pins respectively. The Penguins had 5 top 30 finishers on the day, with the highest score being junior Kristen Moore in 8th place with 1,115 pins total on the day. Junior Madison Marks and sophomore Madison Dorsett followed behind her in 15th and 16th place. Day 3 was a bit of a step back as the Penguins went 2-2 in Baker's matches. The 2 wins were followed by 2 losses to #1 ranked Carnegie University and number 3 ranked Nebraska University. The Penguins finished in 6th place of 14 teams in the tournament. A short week is ahead as the Penguins will be back in action this weekend, November 18th through the 20th at the Eastern Shore Hawk Classic, hosted by the University of Maryland Eastern Shore in Millsboro, Delaware. Get all the latest updates and bowling stats at YSUsports.com.
The women's tennis team wrapped up the fall season after concluding a busy 3-day tournament at the CSUN Fall Invitational November 11th through the 13th. The Penguins played doubles contests against San Jose State, Utah State, and CSUN while taking on Sacramento State, San Jose State, Idaho, Fullerton, and UC Irvine in singles play. In singles matches, junior Maria Oliveira picked up 2 wins to lead the way, while junior Aliska Masarakova, graduate student Cecilia Rosas, and sophomore Alyssa Regazio claimed singles victories. In doubles matches, Youngstown State claimed 4 doubles victories out of 9 contests. The women's tennis team will be back in action in January for its dual match season.
Coming off of a conference championship win, the cross-country team traveled to compete in the NCAA Great Lakes Regionals hosted by Indiana State. Senior Chase Easterling was a standout for the Penguins, setting a school record in the 10K run with a time of 30 minutes and 54 seconds, beating the old record by 26 seconds. Out of 196 total runners in the men's 10K, YSU had 5 finish in the top 100. Easterling's record-setting run was good for 38th overall, and junior Hunter Christopher was the next Penguin to cross the finish line with a time of 31 minutes and 31 seconds to place 68. For the women's team, senior Morgan Cole led the way for the Penguins, finishing the women's 6K with a time of 21 minutes and 11 seconds, which was good for 49th out of 219 total runners. Sophomore Carly Hall was after her with a time of 22 minutes and 25 seconds, was good for 116th place overall. Congratulations to the cross-country team for an outstanding season and good luck to next year. Now for our Play of the Week, let's send it over to Kyle Wills.
Thanks, guys. This week's Penguin Play of the Week will go to a member of the men's basketball team in junior Shamar Rattan-Mays. Let's take a look.
Left short. Rebound. Grabbed by Malik Green of Youngstown State. Clears the big ride up the floor to Rattan-Mays. Race to the basket. Rattan-Mays makes the reverse lay and got fouled to boot.
As we take a second look here, Bryce McBride will push the ball up to Rattan-Mays, who draws the contact and makes the layup. The layup will put the Penguins up 24-20 in the first half against UT Martin, and they will ultimately defeat the Skyhawks 90-72. Congratulations to Shamar Rattan-Mays on being this week's Penguin Play of the Week, and good luck to the men's basketball team this upcoming weekend as they take on UC San Diego and Navy. Let's send it back to you guys.
Thanks, Kyle. That was a very impressive layup to fight through the contact. It's going to wrap it up for us here at the Penguin Rundown. Make sure to stay connected with us on our social medias, Instagram and Twitter at Penguin Rundown 1. For news, updates, highlights, and everything else involving YSU Athletics, you can go to YSUsports.com. And from the Penguin Rundown, I've been Caleb Ellison.
And I've been Andrew Peterson.
We'll see you next week, Penguin Nation.